Yesterday, White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan warned that the war in the Middle East could spread.
Well, what I believe is that the United States will follow through on what we say we're going to do. We said that if our troops were attacked, we would respond. We responded. If they're attacked again, we will respond again. And we are vigilant because we are seeing elevated threats against our forces throughout the region and an elevated risk of this conflict spreading to other parts of the region. We are doing everything in our power to deter and prevent that, but I'm not going to predict what the future brings other than to say that if we are attacked, we will respond.
Retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel and the recipient of the Bronze Star during Operation Desert Storm, Daniel Davis, joins me. Good evening, sir. Can you tell me, sir, is that, I'm pretty certain that Israel is going to continue with this until Hamas is eliminated. What does the day after that look like for the region? What does Iran do? What does Hezbollah do? Tell me what's the day after.
Well, yeah, the day after is one of my biggest concerns because I don't see a lot of planning for the day after. Look, Israel can set the military task of going in to destroy all the Hamas fighters. That is an achievable objective. It'll come at a high cost. It'll take probably months to do, but that's something they could achieve. But to achieve the outcome and the result of that, which they are saying is to bring peace to Israel, I don't think that's going to happen because the whole thing that was going on in the Gaza Strip that gave rise to the hatred of Hamas will only be exacerbated now because of all the casualties that have piled up in the meantime. Because once Hamas is gone, somebody else is going to replace them, somebody from Palestine, somebody that has a beef against Israel. So unfortunately, I don't think that they're going to have the result they're looking for. And in the process, if the casualties are too high for the civilian population in Palestine, then you're going to have the risk of other Arabs and Muslims in the region potentially rising up. And of course, the first point of contact on that is Hezbollah in Lebanon, and that's a very real possibility.
All right, so when this war began, is that on October 7th, and when Israel told Hamas, that we're coming for you, basically, they told everybody in the northern part of Gaza to go south, go south. And of course, to get out of at the south into Egypt, that access point has been narrowed. It's been trouble for people getting out. What happens after Israel cleans out Hamas out of the northern part? Because I suspect they've gone into the southern part.
Well, absolutely. Yeah, I think that Israel is trying to just section this off and take it bite by bite. But there is no question that there's going to be certainly plenty of Hamas fighters that are going to or already have withdrawn into that. And of course, they're mixed in with the civilian population. And I saw this firsthand in Afghanistan that when going against the Taliban, they don't wear uniforms. So you can't just say, OK, that's just a man, take care of his family, and that's a Taliban fighter. And it's the same with Hamas in this situation here. So I'm not sure what Israel's going to do in the second half of this process, but it's going to be really, really hard. And I think everybody needs to be aware that there's no easy answers here.
All right, you go into these tunnels, these 300 miles that Hamas has built these tunnels, and they've had a number of years to build them, reinforce them. Does Israel know, which direction these tunnels go or where they branch? When Israel goes in these tunnels to clean them out, are they just walking blind? They have no idea what's going to be booby-trapped, what the next turn is, who might be hiding?
That's exactly right. And look, the reality is that Israel has gotten really good at knocking these tunnels out. They have some extraordinary abilities with technology means and also from knowledge and engineering to understand how they build them, where they go. They are really good at being able to detect subtle signs of, okay, here's an entry point, there's an exit over here. But Hamas has also gotten very good over the years at being able to rebuild them very quickly. So as soon as Israel destroys one, Hamas can go back and sometimes rebuild it quickly. Now, some of them take a lot longer because of the concrete and all that, but they can do tactically reopen some of these, and it's just nearly impossible to find them all.
Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Davis, thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.